Good morning and welcome to our extra shot of sunrise, where you get a little extra flavor of the sunrise crew. Julia, Chuck, Carlos, all with you this morning. And we start with Chuck and talk about the heat that is just not leaving us.
No.
I hate to put you on the spot.
No.
Is this summer hotter than last summer? I hate to put you on. Totally.
Well, not yet. I mean, as far as 90-degry days are concerned, not yet.
Okay.
Because we've had 14 today. Will be 15. Last year we had 17. Year before that, 18.
He just, he has this knowledge. I love the fact that I didn't even prep him on that question. He has that knowledge just stored away.
No, it's because I have no life.
Yes, you do.
Sit around the house and look at a record. Hey, today
true.
we are going to have a heat advisory, and this primarily is from I-70 south. And the reason for that is the very high heat indices. You know, everybody's going to be up to around 95 later on today, but my goodness, the heat index will be between 100 and 107. Now, let me show you this. We have 3 computer models we were looking at today. 2 said we're getting nothing, but the Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk for severe weather. So why? Well, it's because we certainly could see thunderstorms, and this is how they could move across the state. Now, this would be around 7 o'clock. Tonight, and you'll notice the very heavy storms just east of Indianapolis and Noblesville. Noblesville tonight, big concert, Chicago, Brian Wilson. Downtown during that time period, Lyle Lovett and his large band and Chris Isaac. Now by 9 or 10 o'clock, this will be gone, but you'll notice that we do have that slight risk for severe weather late today and tonight. 95 for a high today, 90 tomorrow, and we just keep the hits coming. I mean, it's going to be hot all the way through Sunday. We start to back things off with a slow-moving cold front that'll give us a high of 86 on Tuesday.
All right, something I know that at least a couple of us here are looking forward to. Something is coming out on Netflix. It's actually showing a documentary about the catfishing story that shocked the nation and Notre Dame football. So if you're a fan, you definitely remember this. It all focuses on the hoax involving Heisman Trophy finalist Manti Te'o. So his family, friends, the catfisher even, all talked in this documentary. So back in 2013, we actually went to the campus to talk to the students because this was national news. The documentary is called Untold, The Girlfriend Who Didn't Exist. It's coming out, you guys, on August 16th. One of the things that made me so sad about this, I think, is when, I mean, they were in the national spotlight because they were in the championship game, and the news had just come out about him a couple of days. It was in that week leading up to the big game. So everyone, I mean, they were talking about it in commercial breaks and during the halftime.
We had a lot of stories about that here at 13. I think the thing I remember the most about, I felt so bad for him. Pacific Islander kid. As a lot of those Pacific Islander kids in football, they come to the United States, and a lot of them have never been to the continental U.S. before. So it's a completely different life experience. And he, you know, was gullible to a major extreme.
And, you know,
really suffered
lonely, you know,
very lonely,
and just
and lost his grandmother, which was real.
And I'll never forget the initial reaction in the place that I was working, which is a very cynical place of business that I was working in. I will remain unnamed. But initially they said, oh, he's a liar. You know, he came up with this girlfriend because he wanted to have a story for the Heisman Trophy run and this and that. And I was like, oh man, I can't believe that he's lying about this. But then when we found out that he was actually catfished and it was proven that he was catfished, then you just feel sorry for him, like you said, where you just like, wow, here's this tough guy in the field, but so gullible off the field.
Because that was also his senior year, big game, as we mentioned. He was hoping to get drafted into the NFL, which he thank goodness did. But again, at the time of the game, I remember that it was still all a lie. Like he just made this up and got such negative.
I remember Bruce Kopp at the time said, this is going to change how we look at online relationships, and it really did. And I think for the better. This young man suffered greatly, but a lot of security measures were put in to at least help folks.
Yeah, very good stuff.
That's what's so crazy to me, that shows like Catfish that are still on, and that there are still people, and I know that you can stop people from being malicious, but you just hope that people are a little bit more careful and like the information that they put out and that type of thing. That's why it still shocks me that people are still
falling.
I just think they know who to target.
Oh,
the innocent,
absolutely.
the lonely,
Absolutely.
the sad,
Yeah.
and that's what, you're
Yeah.
awful
Yeah.
if you do that.
No, it's true.
It's like
It's
you
true.
go for the most vulnerable,
Yeah.
and that's, they just want love, they just want care, they want friends,
Yeah.
and
As we all know, there are very few times that we are shocked in this business because we've all seen it so many times before. That's one of the times where I was truly shocked. I was
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I didn't even know what catfishing was. It was a movie at the
Yeah.
time. It was a movie,
Yeah.
and then so I cannot wait to see this August 16th. It comes out on Netflix. Okay, so starting Sunday, a Lexington man is on a mission to find out if fast food can actually be healthy. Sam Reed will eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at
right.
Taco Bell
Oh, no, my
for
man.
30 straight days.
can't we just answer this before the 30 days?
Okay, well, hold on. I agree with you, Julia, but he was inspired after he read an article in 2016 that said Taco Bell is one of the healthiest fast food restaurants around.
This is so stupid. This is not true. This can't
So
be true.
he'll visit multiple doctors during the experiment to track his health. Reed put together a Kickstarter campaign to fund his fajitas. He'll be turn the entire experience into an internet documentary, which, by the way, you can already watch this. It's called Super Size Me.
Yes.
The guy went to McDonald's.
Oh, wait, I just read it's sponsored by Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, yeah, because we're talking about.
Can you imagine, though,
Yeah.
if it works out that it is somewhat healthy, what that will do for Yum Brands and Taco Bell?
Oh, but the thing
Yeah,
is,
good point.
what are we defining as healthy? Are we just saying that this is a healthier? I feel like he didn't read the whole article, because I think that it probably just said that it's a healthier option, or and I think we all know fast food is decent in moderation. I can't think that I would hear that. Oh,
It's
like
good
this.
for-
yeah,
encourage
this is,
it for a
This
diet.
is like a diet Coke. It's still Coke. You probably still shouldn't be drinking the fountain drink every day, but. So I don't know.
If this
here.
turns out to be real, I'm going to be super mad because I've been on a diet for about 2 months.
And you could have just been eating
and I
Taco
have
You look
not had
marvelous, by the
Taco
way.
You could have
Bell
just
one
gone to
time,
Taco
so
Bell.
I'm going to be
You
really
can fly in the
mad.
car with me. We'll head
Yeah.
off to 16th Street, baby. They know me there.
I do like their I do like their breakfast. So
Not only
hopefully,
for the
Loft and
food
a couch.
orders, but the naps in
place
the
to
parking
nap.
lot. Oh.
okay, so maybe this will be some good research there. But hey, the Mega Millions jackpot that everybody's had their eye on is actually grown now to $630 million. Because there were no winners last night, but there were 4 lucky people who drew the first 5 numbers, so they all win $1 million each. And according to the Mega Millions website, the $630 million prize, this is the 5th largest that's ever
Wow.
offered. That's wild that it's only the 5th to me. No one has been able to match that number, all the numbers, since back on April 15th. So the next drawing is on Friday night. This is, yes, 1 million compared to, is it 530 million or 6? Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but
Right.
this is I will take a almost doesn't count.
Yeah,
If I'm
I
like, if
know.
I still get $1 million, I'd be like, you know what? I could have just been, just that close and just had to live with the fact that I got nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, $1 million still sounds real nice, but compared to
5 or 600.
630 million,
Because that's
wild to
like,
me.
I mean, $1 million, you're not living your life until it ends, right? Because you're
Yeah.
not even getting $1 million by the time
Hey,
taxes
why
roll
need a
in.
401k? We've
Yeah.
got scratch-offs.
Do you let people, if you guys won, would
Nope.
you let people know?
I mean, I would definitely give people money, but I would not let the general public know
No.
for sure.
Right.
Y'all would be like, Julia has been acting real different. It won't come out until years
So-
later. Or so, yeah, I'd be like, oh man,
In
she's
fact,
just.
where is Julia?
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a little
Yeah, I
while.
don't
She's
know.
not. I call her, she answers and hangs up really quick, like she's speaking in a weird accent. She only comes in through the back door.
Right.
Like we don't know what's
And a
going on.
limousine
And a
is dropping her
All
off.
of a sudden,
she
she
came
bought
in an
3
airport
Hummers.
the other day.
She calls people
drives.
darling.
She drives a different car every day. Won't look anybody in the eye. No, I wouldn't say
Be on
a,
to
I
you.
would not say a thing. That's if you guys ever saw me again. But
Yeah,
if I had the
exactly.
$1 million, I'd be a little nicer to people.
Yeah.
630, I'd be a recluse.
I'd pay everyone off to keep quiet.
I
Like,
would be
here's
so
a few $100,000.
quiet.
You,
Yeah, a
you
recluse.
never knew I was here. All right.
Yeah.
So if you don't see us on Monday, you know one of us won
Yes.
the Mega Millions. All right. That's going to do it for this edition of Extra Shot. For Julia, Chuck, I'm Carlos. We'll see you bright and early at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning on Sunrise.